Hey folks, how is it going over there? Who is online tonight? I figured this was just be a quick one. I made a video about the PCBs, the printed circuit boards that I made, and I just edited a video. I was working on it pretty much all day today, and then I scheduled it for 10 p.m. tonight. So I thought, well, I got done early. Why not just go live and see what everyone is doing? What everyone is up to. Can you guys hear me, first of all? Everything sounds good? Good morning from Estonia. 7:16 a.m. says cheap vlog. Calgary, Australia. Greetings from Puerto Rico. In Germany now. Oh, sad boy, Puerto Rico's in Germany. Wow, that's far away from home, huh? Hopefully we can get some good news. Currently trying to build a pack. I can't afford a spot weld. I can try and make one, but this would be great. Oh, yeah, by the way, you guys will see the video. You guys will watch the video later, and it's a quick video too. But I kind of can't make up my mind which system I like best. Is like this one, how we meant it to be, right? Like I like it. It's super sturdy. You can build it. It just looks clean, professional. I think it's gonna be really good. Then this one right here is cheaper and stuff, but I don't like it. Hey, what's this guy barking at? What are you guys? What are you barking at? I'm with friends over here. Anyways, like it bends, right? So it's a little bit more flexy, even though I'm using the larger things here. But I don't like them. Those are way too expensive. I like these ones better because they're just size better. And so, anyways, yeah, I'm torn between which one I like. I ordered a bunch of parts, so I'm gonna make a Powerwall this way because I want to. Well, because I want to show you guys how it works, but in a large, large Powerwall, not just like a couple of these modules put together and stuff. But yeah, that's what's happening. Pittsburgh, it's 12. It's midnight in Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's late. 9:19 p.m. here in California. I'm getting ready to. Crystal's gonna walk in that door and then hopefully bring some dinner. And then I'm gonna have to go. But for now, we can just talk. What are you guys doing? Hi from Miami Lakes, Florida. Just got home from business dinner. Awesome channel. Thank you. Yeah, this is super like clean looking, easy to change the batteries, easy to diagnose. People are saying like I need to do something else so that you don't have to disassemble the thing, but come on, now you're just asking too much. Too much. No, I mean I don't foresee people doing like too long of these, right? I'd say like I'm gonna suggest probably like 10 of these boards max, right? This is 5. So then like another one like right here. And then that way you can use like the XT60. It'll carry the 60 amps that you're probably gonna ask max that you're ever gonna ask after these boards. And then you'll just do another thing with 10, and then you'll parallel those either off the XT60s or whatever. There's all kinds of ways to do this. There's a cool thing about this. Super, what is it? What am I trying to say? Modular. It's super modular system, and we're gonna keep making it better. Highland Times, he's here. How's it going? Easy to change the values, but no fuses in each cell. Yeah, no fuses in each cell, but you got to think about it. It is one string, right? So it's one string. Oh no, but yeah, so it's one string of cells, and so it has a fuse on the end of that string. So all 7 cells are fused, and then on the balance leads that connect the cell number 1 to the cell number 1 of the next one and the next one and the next one, those are all fuses on the traces. And we saw that video. Oh, by the way, I didn't link it in this last video. I forgot to do that. Anyways, Justin, the guy that did the layout on the board, he showed those fuses burning, and yeah, they burn beautiful. They do their job. It's just it was a bit high though. It's like, I want to say it's like 12 amps or something. These guys right here, about 12 amps. That's when it burned, and it just kind of went like, there was no smoke, there was no like sparks or fire, or it was done. Right? It heated. It got up to like a couple hundred degrees, 250 or something. I thought maybe I saw 300 degrees at one point in there, but yeah, that's what's happening here. Okay, let's see. What are you guys doing? Literally trying to. Oh my god. 10 a.m. Firstly, hi Jahan from India. 10 a.m. here. Sleep but wait. What is this from the Rushmore State? Or the Justin add fuses at cell level. Well, on the traces, right? So on the what is it? On the balancing traces, there is a fuse on each individual cell board. But on the main cells, yeah, there's only that one over here. I asked them to change it to put another one over here so that we can connect one, positive, negative here, and then positive on this side, so that the distance between the main post is about the same on the negative as it is on the positive. Because remember, when I was loading this board with 400 watts, this cell right here was the lowest voltage, right? So I loaded up and then, like every cell would diminish, would sag more, which I still don't understand. I haven't had time to think about why that is, how that makes sense. But I want to just do that quickly, right? Like, maybe I could even do it here, where like I can, yeah, maybe like I could solder a thing here, and then put the load, like try to remove the load and see if that changes it, and then do it over here through the whole trace and see if that it adds it again. See, like, you try it with and without it, see if I could eliminate that thing here. But yeah, have we gone overpriced yet? Yeah. So watch the latest video that it's gonna upload. It's actually uploaded. It's just scheduled to go on like in another 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. About half hour from now, it's gonna go live on this channel. Hopefully, I won't be live here anymore, and then you guys can go watch it. If I am, I don't know what's gonna happen. What happens if I'm live and then my video goes live? Like, how does that? I guess I have to try that and see. Maybe that actually works for my video. More people would watch it or something. I don't know. How much do you think each board will retail for? Well, so that's the thing, right? Like, I'm gonna make it open source. You guys are gonna be able to get it. I'm gonna have a link. You can go and download the files. You can order them from the PCB maker of your choice, and then I have links. I actually spent quite a bit of time looking for the cheapest, the most affordable, like, holders in China. Because they're not. You're gonna buy 100 or 200 or whatever, depending on how many. I did the math on 100 boards, and I found sellers on AliExpress, and I figure that's good because when you get the price, it's like down to like $1, right? $1 for like the 4-bay and $1 for the 3-bay. So you're talking about $2, and then like $1 for the board, and then a few other things here and there for all the other stuff. These guys right here are like nothing. And then the other thing about Alibaba or AliExpress is that here you guys here in the States are gonna be able to order them. It just takes a while, right? It's like the delivery dates are like, I order some. I guess I'm gonna be able to see firsthand how long does it take, but I think it's like a couple of weeks or something. But for you guys that are international, also you'll be able to order without a lot of restrictions. And I think maybe so the ones that I link there on this video that it's gonna go up, they're free shipping, right? So it's like $100 for the boards or for the holders, free shipping. So I don't know if that's gonna transfer to like other people that are like in Europe or in other countries. I don't know. I guess maybe you guys can post on the video on the things there on the comments. Let me know if those links, you know, if you guys have free shipping in other countries too, or it's just us here in the States. Let's see, what are we looking at here? 11:20 here in Delton, Texas. It's late, man. 7 kilowatt hours is a decent amount of power. Finally live on YouTube again. I can't watch when on Twitch. Yeah, I still want to keep going down on Twitch over there just in case that, you know, YouTube kicks me out again. You know, everybody's connected over there and I have someone to go live over there. But definitely this works so much better. Look at this. Just last minute, without announcing it, there's 165 of you guys watching me here. So, yeah, you guys get and you guys don't even all get notified. I just learned that the little bell, I don't often ask my subscribers to click on the bell, right? Like a bunch of other YouTubers do, but now they're saying like, oh yeah, and click on the bell. Not only, okay, subscribe, that's no longer enough. Like, click on the bell, but now it's like, click on the bell and put always notified, not just sometimes. I guess there's like two. It's just ridiculous. 1,000 cells is probably almost 7 kilowatt hours. No. It's, wait, is it? No, that's 10. How many cells? Let's see. Yeah, it's about 700 cells. 1,000 cells, 700 cells. 1,000 cells would be about 10 kil. Well, I mean, depending which ones you got, right? I'm like doing the calculations on like 2,600 milliamp hours, which are, you know, available. We can get them through Tom, and at least for us here in the States. For you guys, it's going to be different. But, you know, from the very top cells, you know, the 3,500 or 3,400 to like the 2,200 or something. I did the you know, the middle ground, and it came up about, you know, about 10 watt hours per cell, which is about the 2,600 milliamp hour cells, and that is about 100 cells per what, kilowatt? Yeah. So that's how it works out. Let's see. Cheetah Kid says, good idea. I could send some to make PCB myself. Ding. Great content, says Fiasco. Thank you for watching those videos, man. Truly, truly appreciate that. How many boards can be connected together without overpowering the connectors? Well, okay, so that's a thing that I have yet to test, right? So these are 1/4 inch, or, you know, what is it, 6 millimeter thin, 1/4 inch aluminum standoffs. Those can handle like a couple hundred amps without heating too much, right? So yeah, I think there's no problem there. I think the problem is with, like, if you're gonna connect through the XT60, right, you might have to put like XT60 on this side and then another side, and then like connect the cable there, or again, you can do ring terminals in between the, you know, the things here, the standoffs. But I'd say, I'd probably say like you're probably gonna want to do like 10, you know, 10 of these guys together, and then you like do another stack and 10, and then you parallel those, you know, just so that they're like easy to handle. And if you ever have to change things, you don't have to like disassemble this giant thing. You just take out your 10 board like thing. And the reason why I haven't built it, guys, is because I ran out of these. I ordered some and accidentally, I guess, ordered on Amazon. They're shipping from China, so they're taking forever. And then so I also ordered the ones on AliExpress, but they're taking a while. Or else I would show you the 10, you know, unit that I probably would suggest that you do. So then yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. Looks great if I buy from Australia, says Chris B. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Physics. You're saying the 2.2. Yeah, so you're going on the low end of the cells. 2.2 amp hours for cells. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. 300 cells is still probably around 2 kilowatt hours. High capacity versus high discharge for these packs. These are for power walls. They're not, power walls are typically not uh, not power optimized, right? They're more energy optimized. That means that you can you have the battery that is going to run for 10 plus hours, giving you power for something. There are the ones that peak shave that are, that, but I think those are less uh, used or common or useful, I think, right? So that's why, if we're using these little holders, obviously those can't push a lot of power, right? They max out around 4 amps, so they 100 watts per board maximum, right? But at that 100 watts, you're looking at 1 hour worth of battery, so that means you're pushing it really hard. It means whatever battery you build, you got 1 hour at that rate, right? And everything's kind of heating up. But if you use it more like typical power walls would be used to, like, either charge from the sun for 6 hours during the day and then like spread that power all night till the next morning when the sun comes out again, then you're talking about 15 hours, spread over the energy stored in the cells for about 10-15 hours, something like that. So that's why it makes sense for us to use these cheap cell holders. Let's see. Let's see. My holder shipped next day, arrived 3 to 5 days. Yeah. 2.2 is most average people salvage, which is what I average on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for people that are salvaging or doing the thing, from laptop batteries, right? But a lot of us have moved away from that. Now a lot of us are doing the modem batteries. We're doing the, some of the other batteries that are yielding a slightly more higher milliamp hours. That's what we're doing here. Let's see. Hi from Poland. 404 says, I spend all my money on batteries because of you, and I regret nothing. 404. That's cool. I'm sure, your wife doesn't like me, or you probably, unless you guys are getting great power now. Unless you guys are not susceptible to brownouts or blackouts, then she's probably okay with that, right? With that investment. Where is the dog? The dogs are here. They're like passed out right here. Yeah, they're all right. I gotta take them off more walking. Less videos, more walking. But I like YouTube better than Twitch since YouTube uses faster servers. No buffering with YouTube. Well, yesterday we were having trouble with that. That was my settings. Today I set it at 720, so I'm probably not as clear as I was. Well, yesterday I guess I wasn't clear. But today maybe it seems to be better. What's your next automotive project? So I actually have to do the batteries on the Samba. I want to do the modules on the Samba, but I'm not going to do it this way, right? This is not the most like compact system, right? Like there's no beating this system here, right? So this is as compact as it get, and that's how I'm gonna put the cells on my bus. But I don't want to do this whole thing or like, so I think what I'm gonna do is what Javier was doing, where we put the where we put the circuit board. I don't want this thing to short out. In here, right? And then drill the holes and stuff, and then we just, So I think like what we're gonna do is like drill holes, solder like fuse wire. I'm gonna have to use fuse wire because for the first time I see an advantage to that. Right, from one side to the next, stretch it. You solder it, and then you solder it in between. And then when you put it in here, you just spot weld it. And then you're done. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have two layers of this. There's gonna be the top layer and then the bottom layer, and the bottom layer is gonna actually hold the cells, right? And so then I won't have a need for this plastic thing. I mean, unless that doesn't work or whatever. And then I am gonna have spaces where I'm gonna have standoffs, have the top and the bottom, and then a smaller standoff or a spacer or whatever for the one that's on the underneath that is gonna hold the cells, right? Lined up with the top holes there. So that's what I am going to design. That's my next PCB actually. It's for that type of module, and that module is I still don't know if I'm going to do like 30S. I was thinking thinking about doing because that's what my bus is, right? 30S. And I thought if I make 30S modules, and then I can do the same thing where one module stands on its own, and then two modules stands on its own. You just parallel them, and that way I can kind of add one module at a time as I finish it. I don't have to completely have my car not working, right? But then the problem with that is that I'm stuck with 30S, right? If I ever want to change systems to a higher system, then I'd have to do 60S or 30S. There's no in between. Where if I just do modules that are 1S, then I have a little bit more room to grow or change the system later down the line. But as I'm going, I have to have all the cells, build all the modules, and then finish it, right? So those are the differences between those two different ways of building modules. If you do contain modules that have the voltage that you want, then you can kind of do sequential, or you can do it little by little, where the other way you have to have all the cells ready to go from the get-go. So let's see. Will you release the Gerber files? Yes, it will have a link to it. Stay tuned for this video. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me answer this. The improvements that we made to it are gonna make it go fast. Let's see. Let's see if it'll burn rubber. Hold on. Enough of that nonsense. Enough of that skateboard. That's for kids. No, actually, I won't do that. Let's see. Have you drank? No. What is this? We have people from the Bahamas. We have people from Greece. What is the minimum capacity salvage 18650 cells you would use with these, and how many for a small household Powerwall? Well, those are okay. Depends, right? It just depends, what cells you're starting with. If you're salvaging cells from power tools, then you can go below 1 amp, right? Because some of those cells were 1300 when they were brand new. So if you're getting them at 1000 milliamps, they're still pretty good. You know what I mean? But if you're getting them from laptops that were supposed to be 2600, right, and then now you're 1000, then that's too far gone, right? So typically, the manufacturer or the industry has set that 70% of the original capacity, that's when they're done, right? So of course, because we're reclaiming and we're doing, and then we're also using them in large battery packs, and hopefully we're designing them so that we're not pushing them very hard. then that means that you could probably go lower than that. I'd say you can go, when they're what 60%, I don't know, 50% maybe 50% of the original capacity. I haven't done a lot of tests, but I do have some cells, and that might be a good test. Like take figure out which cells are at 60%, and then make a little pack, and then use it, cycle it, and see how it responds. And then take some that are like 50% of the original capacity, and then put that in a little pack, and then run it, right, and then like run it at different loads, right, like run it lightly. Well, just run it at all kinds of different power outputs to see how they're gonna do. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to push a ton of power. The more degraded they are, down there. But we could figure out where they're kind of stable, and I would be able, had I done that already, I'd be able to say like, well, cells that are 50%, they're usually stable at like, loads of half a C or a C, or what I mean, like, or 3/4 of a C or something like that. But yeah, definitely, that's a thing that I should probably do. I have the cells, and those are tests that I can do. It would take time and stuff and figuring out, but definitely would be valuable, I think, to the community. Good idea for giving me that. I hadn't thought about that before. Let's see. My rule of thumb is go for 2 amp hours. Yeah, and when I was so that thing right there, the one that says Tesla, has only 2 amp hours cells or higher, right? And those are mostly power. No, those are mostly laptop batteries. So those were originally about 2,600 milliamp hours. So that's where I drew the line, a few years ago when I was doing that. Now, yeah, like I said, it just depends, because our sources of batteries have changed. At least for me, I'm no longer dealing with like laptop batteries anymore. I know a lot of you guys are, and so yeah, that's still relevant information. That's why all those videos are still getting quite a bit of views. Let's see. How did you know how many 18650 cells will take you to make a battery like the one inside a Kodiak solar generator by energy? Well, you have to take the amount of energy that's in the battery in that Kodiak, right? So whatever it is, if it's, and a lot of the times these people tell you, they don't tell you how much energy is it. They'll tell you like 100 amp hours, which doesn't mean anything unless you know the voltage. It's just half the story, right? So you'd have to do the math. Let's say the Kodiak, I don't know what the specs are of the Kodiak, and I don't know if you have them there. But let's say it was 100 watts, 100 amp hours, right? Times, and let's say that just has like 12-volt batteries in there, like lead acid. So then that's 1,200 watt hours, right? So then you take your cells, right? What's this one right here? So you take your cells, and you're like, oh, which one is this one? This is a 2,600 milliamp hour, right? So 2,600 milliamp hour, 2.6 times 3.7. Oh man. Oh my God, you guys are just messaging me so much. My phone is like 2.6. What did I say? Oh yeah, times 3.7. So 9.62, right? That's what I said. So 26 is like almost 10, right? So if you round up to 10 or whatever, then you get your 1,200 watt hours, and then you divide them by 10. What the hell's wrong? Yeah, so it would take about 120, 130, right? Because I was rounding up of these ones to do like a 100 amp 12-volt battery that would be found on a little thing. And that, you just go like that. Your cells are going to vary. Your battery on your Kodiak or whatever you're trying to match is going to vary. It's the same thing with... oh my God! You guys are just messaging. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? I'm getting behind. I just fast forward. Sorry if I didn't answer your messages. Have you used heat sinks and low energy consumption fans for removing heat? No. So again, removing heat has never been a challenge for me because I design my batteries to run really light so they don't create a lot of heat. Even on my bus, they get warm. That's about it. They never like get hot, you know what I mean? Like um so that's how you design this battery, especially these ones. If you're harvesting cells, you don't want to push them hard. You don't want them to be getting hot, right? So instead of spending time and energy trying to figure out how to cool them, how to actively cool them, you need to figure out how to get bigger batteries, or more batteries, so that they run less with less stress, at a lower power output, so they don't heat up. You don't want to heat those up because you're starting with like kind of degraded batteries already. You want to design your system so they run light and they don't get degraded. Let's see. Antonio Mendivil says, I'd like to convert a vehicle to electric in the long-term future. Do you recommend I start hoarding cells to DIY them, or should I just save the money to buy Tesla or LG Chem modules? Yeah, I would say don't. Save your money. I'd say, yeah. So right now batteries about 150 kilowatt, $150 per kilowatt hour, right? Like you can get those right now. Those are the Fiat 500 cells. They're not the most energy dense, but they're pretty decent in power output, right? I think you can get them like shipped for like 160 right now, $160 a kilowatt hour, and those are like ready to go. I want to make a video because those are like they come in little modules in like 5 and 6. So if you're doing a car, you can slap them there, right? Of course, they're not as good as the LG Chem ones. You'll pay more for the LG Chem ones, but those have like really, really good energy dense and power density, right? So, just next year, let's say that you were like be ready in a year or two, the whole battery landscape is gonna change. Now we're swimming in like Tesla Model 3 batteries, like there's so many of them that people don't know what to do with them because they come in this giant thing. Oh, and by the way, I just saw pictures today. It's gonna be hard to break those apart, because they're like they have potting compound around them now, so it's like we won't be able to break those modules, so it's gonna be challenging, right? But there's gonna be a ton of them, so we're gonna have to find out how to use them, and so save your money. In a couple years, yeah, you'd be looking at like $100 a kilowatt hour, or sub $100 a kilowatt hour, because there's gonna be more and more batteries. So yeah, you can buy all the other stuff. You can buy a motor. You can buy, the car. Get the car, secure the car, do a classic car so that it's a car that's, like gaining value as you move along, and not like a modern car that's just losing value as you move. So you don't want to dump a bunch of time and money into a car that, it's just worth less and less every year that goes by before it'll start going up again. Unless you love it. I think that's the number one requisite, is that you gotta love the car. If you truly love it, then it won't matter if it's a new one, a modern one, or whatever, or ugly, or it's not popular, or any of that stuff, right? If you truly love the car, then you're not gonna mind doing all this work for it, and because it's quite a bit of work. It's getting easier and stuff, but if you're doing it for the first time, it could be quite a bit of work. Let's see, where are we? Woo, Richard Vissers, thank you for the $2. Thanks for demystifying the Powerwall DIY. Thank you for watching this thing. Jehu, convert a Ford Fiesta custom false bottom battery design, 4-wheel drive Econo car. Yeah, no, that would be hard for me because I don't love the Fiesta. The Fiesta, I'm sure the Fiesta has fans somewhere out there, but yeah, I'm not one of them, unfortunately. I have a few of those Fiat modules, and they're great so far. 404, post in our, wait, have I asked you to do that? If I have, I'm sorry, but if you haven't, post it in our Facebook group, if you're using them on a Powerwall, I wanna see them. Like I have 3 of them here, and I'm playing with them, and they're great. I want to do, they're on my list of things, and they'd be so quick. I could buy, 12 of those, or what is it, 3 if I'm gonna be using. No, I'm gonna be using 2. That's the only problem. They come in 5S, right? Well, 12S too. Oh, so you could do like a 48, right? You could do 2 of the 6. It's 12S. You could potentially run a 48 volt inverter. I gotta test that. I got the 5S ones because I wanted to try the 36 volt things that I have here, right? Yeah, I can see the install being like super quick. You just kind of test the modules, slap them together. They even have the little ears where you can screw them into a wall or into a board or whatever. I like them. I like them because they're cheap and they're ready to go. Affordable. Not cheap. Affordable. Let's see. Wolfie Sauce says working a Civic hatch conversion with the AC50 motors. Can't wait to drive it. Cool. There's a couple of other Civics running around with the AC50. Hello Jehu, I'm a 6-month camper in the desert in Quartzside during the winter months. What would it take to make a 600 to 1,000 amp power pack? I currently have 50 to 60 amps of solar current. Well, yeah. So you take the 2.5. Between 2 and 3 is usually where we're at, right? Amp hour cells, right? And you get your voltage. If you're using 12 volts, these ones don't work that great. So I wouldn't recommend you do those. Instead, you go to lithium iron phosphate. But if you're going to do 24 volts like this, right, then you do 7 cells like I have here. And then you just, once you figure out your voltage, then you know how many cells you're going to go, either 7 or 4 for lithium iron phosphate. And then, you just divide, the voltage of each cell, or your total amperage that you want. Yeah, it's just the thing. Let's not talk about amps. Let's talk about kilowatts, right? So that's the thing. It's a much better thing because you're talking about the whole picture. Figure out how many kilowatt hours you have stored in your batteries. And you do that by multiplying amps, volts times amps. And then you can do the same thing with each cell. And then you can, figure out how many cells it's going to take to do what you want to do. Let's see. With my lead acid and lithium ion mix, I can run 5,000 BTU AC unit in garage for about 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. Yeah, you're running those hard if it's only lasting you 4 hours a day. Let's see. I purchased Lidocala Leaf 500 today from Amazon based on your review video. Oh, yeah. Ron Grossinger's in the house. How's it going, Ron? Hey, aren't you supposed to be here, Ron? Is the 18th? No, you said in the week of the 20-something, right? Ron, by the way, guys, it's a teacher from New York. He's on a couple of my videos. He ran a high school students project where they built an electric car using lead-acid batteries back in the day. And then now they're working on another one. That it's supposed to be lithium, I think. But he's in California. We're going to hang out, probably make a video pretty soon, next week or something. Let's see. Batteries are like €5 per cell for the new 1860 3500 milliamp hour cells in Germany. Yeah, I mean, that's the 3500 are still expensive because they're the they're the new thing. But of course, there's no more expensive batteries than these guys. These are the INR 21700-48Gs. These are 4.8 amp hours, right? Samsung. And by the way, I'm testing them over here, right? Because I have a full line of these. I bought all the ones that I could buy and I want to test them, do graphs, do the whole thing. And there's some that are giving me over 5 amp hours on these testers. So is it this one? It wasn't even this one. It was the cheap one. Well, I mean, not the cheap one, but the no-name one. This is Imran. So who makes Imran? Like, I don't know. I know this is Samsung. But you know what? When you look at them, like, they look like almost identical. Like, this is like a rewrap. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just like a rewrap, you know. Look at that. Look, the bottom is like identical. Sometimes you take the wrappings off, you can like see the markings on the actual canister, like if they come from the same machine, or sometimes they come out of the same machine. I wouldn't be surprised if these are the identical cells and one is just rebranded as Imran and the other one is Samsung. Anyways, these are 30 amp cells, 4,800 milliamp hours, max continuous discharge. Oh, wait a minute, what? The continuous discharge is 10, but it says 30 amps. How can that? Okay, never mind. I guess I'm gonna do some tests with those, and those are the most expensive. They even go up to 15 amp hours. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to take a little break here. I'll be back in like 1 minute. The improvements that we made to it are gonna make it go fast. Let's see if it'll burn rubber. Hold on. Some 100 kilometers south of the border, there exists a place. This is what's known as La Bufadora. It's a place where the water comes out. It's a blowhole. And let's sit around and watch the water come out. I think I'm gonna get wet. Which main thing? Okay, where are we? All right. Okay, so let's see here. Batteries 5. Where are we? Let's look at Garcia. What do you think about those reliable inverters? The world on 36 volt already. Oh, I wonder which ones you're talking about. I don't know. Post the inverters, because I don't know. And I don't have much. You know, I don't use a lot of inverters, other than a few of them that I have here, right? So I don't have a lot, but maybe I do. What outlet in the household I plug the grid tie into to power part of the house, because I don't want to wires in the outlet to get too hot. Oh yeah, so you'll have to figure out like a circuit that is, well, one on the right phase, right? Because your house, if you're here like in America, they have 2 phases, and then they split evenly down the down the whatever, the breaker box. So one breaker will be on one leg, and then the breaker right next to it will be on the next leg, and then the next one. So they go back and forth. That's why when you get a 2-pole breaker, right? That then usually that is together. That's usually for like a 240, because that takes one of the breakers on one leg, the other breakers on the other leg, and so you have to, depending on where you're trying to push the power into. If you're just doing like one little thing, then you can just pick one. You know what I mean? Like, or pick wherever like your house is using energy. on whichever leg, right? Because it's not always like even. Sometimes like it just happens that some most of your like appliances that are working at the same time could be plugged into one leg, you know, and that a lot of energy is going through the one leg. The other one is like kind of not doing anything. You would want to plug it in a circuit that's on that one leg, right? Yeah, just you have to look into the circuits, turn them off, turn them on, and then you can see like what's connected there, you know, and then you see the rating on the on the breaker. And so if it's kind of unused and it's got like a high, you know, breaker, then you know that the wiring is kind of high, right? Like if it's a 10 amp breaker, then the wiring is probably not going to be too thick. If it's like a 20 or a 30 amp breaker, then you know there's solid wiring. You could like dump some in there, and if it's not already congested, if you turn it off and like half your house turns off, then you know there's a lot of junk. There's a lot of stuff on that line, right? So you don't want to do that. Just process of elimination. Let's see. Have you tried battery without a BMS or balance? Yes, my bus doesn't have a BMS. I've been using like that for years. My Powerwalls. No, well, no, my Powerwalls are not. My Powerwalls have the cheap BMSs on there that are built in. Oh, my skateboards don't have BMS. I'm not using BMSs on those. Quiero hacer mi samba como la tuya. Eléctrica. Oh, by the way, guys, my video is live now. Should be live. How does that work? How, can one of you guys confirm if it is live? Because I'm getting tons of messages now, or tons of. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so here we go. So all the comments are starting to come in because my video is up. So yeah, it just went live 3 minutes ago. Yeah. Quiero hacer mi samba como la tuya eléctrica. ¿Crees que se pueda? Yes, of course. Que se puede. Let's see. Where are we talking about here? It's active. Can you make electric scooter under $100? Can you make an electric scooter? Wait, does that include everything? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Yeah, I'm sure I could. There is like a $48. Well, let me see. Yeah, so there is like a $48 ESC, right? Speed controller, and then you can get a hoverboard wheel motor for like $15. I just saw some for $15. Apparently, the ones that I bought for 20, they're like no longer available. And then the battery, right? So that's all the systems. Now you'll just need to have a scooter. I mean, if you have to buy the scooter also, no, I'd say nah, not for $100. Unless someone gave you one. Yeah, you could probably find something. Let's see. I see Mooch the man is in the house. Mooch the man. Power to Puerto Rico. Awesome shirt. Oh yeah. Power to Puerto Rico. You should watch those videos. I'm having difficulty finding solar panels and batteries to ship to Puerto Rico. Any ideas? No, sorry. I think there is a bunch of solar panels in Puerto Rico already. You need to find out how to buy them there. Because I don't think solar panels were a problem for us to find them there. So Sheshin IMR Technology is a manufacturer of Imran products. Well, yeah, but the question is, do they also make the Samsung cells? Because they look identical. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to go now. Food is ready. Go watch that video. It's live right now. It just went live 6 minutes ago. Tell me what you think. Post it in the comments. If you want some of these boards to play with, there's a limited amount of them, right? I just got like 100 of them, and so I'm making it available for you guys to like also do the test that I did, where you build one way and build the other one the other way, see how long it takes, and then you can tell me if I'm crazy, if my test works or it doesn't work. You let me know in the comments, or you click on the things. I also have the links where you buy all this other stuff that I found really cheap, wholesale prices, or the Amazon ones, so that you can like order and get them quick and stuff. All right, okay, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video.